Hello, my friends. Hello out there in the interwebs, all over the world. I am going to do your SoMATic mat. I am going to do a lymphatic flush, lots of movement, balancing strength work, flexibility work, movement work with the upper part of the body, the lower part of the body, the right side, the left side, cross body, diagonal work, front of the body, back of the body. So the way that my training is, it has worked to integrate many systems together. And I pull the best of what I really need into these classes. These are my personal, my body needs this classes. And this is what allows me to do all the other things that I do. So that is my sales pitch. If you have not liked and subscribed yet, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a Patreon supporter. There are many different levels from $4 a month to $1,000 for the big spenders. Alrighty, recording in progress. We have Houston. We have action. So we are going to, I said we were going to start with lymph, but we're going to start with breathing. Inhale, lift up, reach it out and up, and exhale, softening down. Inhale, reach, stretch, open. Exhale. Inhale, open your heart, open your lungs, reach it out. Exhale, soften and melt on the way down. And again, inhale, open, lift, and this time, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it down. Let's just stay in the shake for a minute, maybe a little, depending on how warm you are and how ready to go you are, you could bounce, jump up and down, or twist. Just getting some action in your body. I think I have to tuck in my shirt so that it doesn't keep riding up. Shake, 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 shake. See if there's any part of your body that you can't shake and try and shake it a little bit. And you can keep changing your shake pattern. Like sometimes people get into one shake pattern, change it around. Move your body in space. Good. So that should prep us. Let's do hands rubbing together. I'm just shutting a door over here. Hands rubbing together to awaken whatever Reiki action we have in there, whatever energy, just waking up that chakra in your hands. And then we're going to do let's just do one hand on chest, one hand on belly, closing your eyes for a second, letting yourself come into your own body, coming into sensation in your own body. And if you feel like you can, just giving yourself the message that it's okay, I'm right here, everything is safe right here, right now. Coming into that nourishing and nurturing through self-touch. Maybe some movement in there. Just finding like a safe place and a nourished place to then go ahead and begin with the Limp Flush. So my right hand is crossing over to my left. So if you're looking at me and mirroring me, you want to do the opposite of that. And I am circling this around to get this big lymph node road and give it some movement so that that pathway clears up so that the lymph can return in to this area of my body and then refilter out again. Relax your neck and tongue, soften and melt. And switch it to the other side, same thing. Tongue, face, some freedom in your face and tongue. That's what I was trying to do the other day. I was trying to do, couldn't do it. Now I can. Your lips have to be relaxed enough to do that. Make noises. It's snowing outside. The weather temperature changed really quickly today. All right, let's go up into the jaw, neck area, right around the angle of the jaw. If you get your fingers going behind that a little bit, you're gonna sort of find the place where the vagus nerve exits the cranium. Yeah, vagus nerve. It is the 10th cranial nerve. It goes down through your body. It's very interconnected with your autonomic nervous system, balancing that out. So that's the rest and digest, soothe and settle. And when we like vagal tone, good vagal tone will take you into that nice balance. And then there's also the sympathetic where we're up-regulating. So we process everything and we heal in the parasympathetic. So we don't want to be charging around in the activated state all the time. But we can find a place in the middle where we're sort of balanced with that. So vagus nerve is also affecting our digestion, our heartbeat, and our breathing, and even reproductive health, orgasm, all those exciting things. We can also take our finger and kind of move along the inside of the jaw, going back and forth there. Often, I'm sure when you're feeling sick or when you are dealing with infection, you can usually feel some swelling in there. So if you feel that, don't go too hard on it. Just encourage movement through there. And then we're going to come down into K27 points right in here, circling around one direction and the other direction. It should be like a little indentation. Like in my body, they're really clear. It's like, oh, it fits right in there. And then thymus bump. Thymus bump and Tarzan in general. Good. Into the armpit pack. Yeah. Freeing up, maybe some sound, some vocal cords. Yeah, and you can also move your arm around as you're getting in there. I've gone on a big waffle about bras, about how much they can restrict our breathing and our lymphatics. So just not today, I'm not going to go into the bra one, but if you look back in videos, there is a big one where I talk about that. Oh, kitty, got a kitty in the Zoom room that isn't mine, right in front of the camera. Nice, beautiful pattern. So now I'm doing my left hand on my right armpit. There we go. Okay, shake that out, shake it out, shake it out. We're going under to the sternocleidomastoid. This one's the deepest one. It's the big, sort of actually very close to the center of our body. Getting in there, and it's deep into our body. I'm actually going to turn a little bit and spiral. So I'm moving from the inside and the outside at the same time. I feel like whenever I need things to change and heal more quickly in my body or clear out, if I can affect it from the inside with movement or just awareness and interoception, and from the outside at the same time, things heal a lot quicker. Okay, and then we're gonna move into the inguinal fold right in there. So this is my inguinal fold. Some people call that the groin. And I'm kind of going up and down between my ASIS, the two fronts of my hip bones, and down in more. There we go. Hey, Maria. And then behind your knees. So we're like into the Limp Flush, but we're almost done with it. And I'm going to add one more thing because this is something that I discovered on my own. And then I recently saw a post from Perry Nicholson on Instagram, who I suggest you follow. But this is a place that just, for me, brings great relief. We'll get there in a second. So shake it all out, shake it out. Oh my God, is the thing called your tragus? Now I'm going to have to wonder about that. I think it is actually. So what we're going to do is just this, and this is very much, we've been doing a lot of vagus nerve stuff about calming down, coming in, releasing anxiety. And for many people who are spending a lot of time thinking in their head, if we can come into feeling, it's a great way. So right here, so it's kind of like the middle, there's actually two places. Let's start with the high place and then go to the low place. So the high place is like, I can feel my jaw, my mandible, that joint. I'm going up above it and just in right there. And then I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to make small, very gentle little circles. And then I'm going to go the other way. You're going to find probably there's one direction you like. So you can just test it out and then keep going back to the one that you like. Trust yourself that if something feels better and you like that, that's probably a good place for you to go with movement. And then the last thing, yeah, I think that was the place actually. We're just going to go a little lower into that mandible right by the ear, just soft and gentle. And I'm actually not going to circle here. I'm going to, well, it's kind of a circle. It's more of an oval. I'm pushing up and then softening. So I start my day pretty much every morning with some various breath practices. And sometimes I just play with them and see what is helpful. So this morning I ended up doing coherent breathing, which is inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. So that's coherent because it balances out. We're not inhaling more and exhaling more. If I inhale more, I'm going to tend to brighten up. And if I exhale more, I'm going to tend to calm down. So if I do coherent breathing where I'm inhaling and exhaling the same amount, it really balances me out. So then what I did was then I started to play with my face and let my face go into micro movement as I was doing the coherent breathing. And I found it really cleared out my nasal passages. So we often don't think of how much capacity we have for changing things in our own body. But if we really consider how alive we are inside there and let it move, a lot of things can happen. You can also push up there. This is what Perry Nicholson calls this the toilet of the face. But if I, again, move from the inside, I don't always need to affect it from the outside. I can get a lot of stuff happening from the inside. Yeah. All right. Let's shake that out and let's actually start to like do some more full body exercise-y type movement. I'm going to start standing, just taking off my slippers. I feel like Mr. Rogers, you know how he used to take off his shoes, his outdoor shoes and put on his indoor shoes when he came in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. My feet are really wide. I'm going to bend one knee and then the other, shifting from side to side. Letting that ripple through my spine. I'm trying to get it to move through my rib cage as well so that I have this mobility through my whole torso, letting my head completely drop. And if you are on the tighter side, you can use a block. Just put the block on the floor in front of you. As we get all this movement, we are hydrating tissue. We're encouraging more flexibility, more ease in the body, and just cracking away any old crusty stuff. Feeling into it. And then coming into center. And I'm going to bend my knees over my toes. Again, I can use the block here if that's helpful, or I can just take my hands inside of my knees and plie, bending halfway down and then stretching. You don't have to go for your biggest stretch. You can just I'm more interested in like in the bend than in the stretch right now. We're not super warm, so if you're on the tighter side, you probably don't want to go into your hugest stretch, but focus more on the bend part of that. And then you don't have to stretch all the way up. You can just go part way, taking it down and up and down. And this time we're going to roll all the way up, coming all the way up to the top. Once we get to the top, we're going to do circles with our shoulders, connecting into the breath. And then the other way, up and over. So circling movement also is not a linear movement, right? When we're making round movement, it's more three-dimensional. I mean, obviously, even this is actually in reality three-dimensional, but it's a little more linear. And when we're looking at this in terms of like Laban movement analysis, we use the dimensions in movement as being like, I can say, oh, I'm moving in the vertical, I'm moving up and down. I'm moving in the horizontal dimension, I'm moving side to side. I'm moving in the sagittal, I'm moving forward, backward. So let's just do that with our arms, just finding the up and the down, the side, crossing and opening, and then the forward and backward. And I'm doing them like both at the same time. And you can feel how those move your body differently, each of those things. So this is the single dimensions. Good. And then let's go for circles with our pelvis. So hydrating up that femur head, it's sitting in that ball and socket joint. in your pelvis loves round movement. And when we say, like, I'm saying, okay, your joint loves that movement, but really all of your fascia is getting this nice mobility, change direction. So it's not just we are hydrating that joint, we are stimulating the production of synovial fluid in the joint, in this joint too, but we're also doing that in our feet. We're also doing that in our spine. And we're also getting this fascia of our whole body, which is this integrated system of tensegrity that holds us all together to mobilize. Let's take it down to our butts on the floor. And if you have a block, you can sit on a block. If you don't have a block, it's totally fine. You could elevate your pelvis on a pillow or something, but you don't have to. I'm going to open wide. I'm going to flex my feet. I'm going to internally rotate, drop my head, and then sit up tall. Externally rotate, lifting my chest. Exhale, hollow and curl. Inhale, arch and open. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, hollow and curl, softening. Inhale, lift, opening, chest, lungs, and heart. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. And then feet on the floor. We're going to spiral to the right. And we're going to, again, do we want to do this with the foot? Yeah, let's add the foot. We're going to arch up. And then you're going to put your foot down as you curl partway down. Inhale, flex, arch, and open. Exhale, follow and curl. Inhale, opening the lungs. Exhale, softening. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. So if we were doing this in yoga, normally we would spiral on the exhale. So let's just try spiraling on the exhale. You can probably take it a little deeper. And then release that and come to the other side. So I'm actually grabbing the opposite side over here of my block and my knee, flexing my foot. Inhale, arch on the spiral. Exhale, soften and curl. Inhale, arch and open. Exhale, soften and curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just come up. Deep breath in on the exhale. See if you can twist further. And release it, coming down the center and just shifting from side to side. So again, freedom in the spinal cord, freedom in the tissue around the spinal cord, freedom in the shoulders, head, neck, lungs, heart, and organs. And then roll it up and let's come off of the block. All right. Let's just do the serving the sandwich. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, spiral and open. Exhale, halfway, inhale. Now we started with that, that spiraling on the block. Just feel if this sandwich serving feels different. Can you get a little further? Because often we start with this and we haven't already done that preliminary twist where we're spending time in the twist. So just feeling into that. Actively spiraling your body. So good for our lymph, so good for our organs to get this spiral. In through your nose, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And let's take it halfway down. You can grab on if you want, and or not. It's up to you. 1 leg at a time. Going 1, 2, 3. Grab it if you need to. Even hands behind you is fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hands behind you on the floor. Inhale up and exhale, take it down. All the way back or just part way, whatever works for you. Exhale, inhale, open the front of your body, swing it back if you can. Big breathing. Going up and staying, pulsing. I've got a view into my movement room, which has two kittens doing their workout, which is 100% play. It's 100% play workout. They're fighting. They've got some things that they're chasing around. They're super funny. Breathing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I also want to say that like my cats, I don't think I've actually bought those cats any toys. They do have a laser pointer that somebody else gave me, but all the toys, like I usually like get a brown paper, like a brown paper bag and clump up a little ball. They can play with that for hours. Any kind of little ball they can chase around. They've got some strings. It's all homemade stuff. Because I was looking online, I was going to buy them a bunch of toys. And then I looked at the toys and I'm like, these look kind of dangerous for kittens. Like, I don't want them to choke. Yeah, yes. Saul just showed the bread twist, not the twisty one, but the little square that goes on top of plastic. Endless hours of entertainment. They even have it's an old one, so it doesn't still smell like alcohol, but they have like the top, the little stopper for cognac. They have a couple of those. They don't like it right away, but once it's been unsmelling, they are into, okay, shut up, Laura, enough about the animals. Take it down to the floor, knees off the floor, spiraling from side to side. Use your arms, use your back. Yeah, I had, with my cats when I was living in the city, Pucky Doo and String Beans, one time I had bought them those little mice, the little fur mice that are like plastic, there's like a plastic form inside. And one time, one of them bit into it and they bit through that plastic form and they got it stuck in their mouth and they couldn't get it out. So it's like, I mean, I got it off. It was no big deal. But sometimes these toys, they're definitely not made for cats with safety in mind. And bring it back into center. Fix yourself if you need to adjust anything, clothing, or stretch anything. And let's take our hands on our knees in big circles, lubricating up those hip sockets again from a very different dimension. Now you are not weight bearing on your legs as you're circling. Change direction. And this is also going to help release your lower back. All the fascia that's going in, that's coming up from your sacrum up your back, big band, like big bandy fascia, gets a little massage. And change direction again. Good. And let's take hands behind the head, cross body, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Relax your head and neck. Free up your spine. So head to tail, tail to head, some mobility and freedom. Let it go. Relax your jaw. Thinking that the fluid surrounding your brain and your spinal cord, your cerebral spinal fluid, is getting this nice chance to adjust, to filter, to move through the space in there, supporting your nervous system, supporting your brain. Oh yeah, you can also just imagine, let's take our hands, rub them together one more time. Do the little 10 little dragons running through the forest. Give your brain, give your skull, give your cranium some movement. And then imagine that whatever like holding you have in your brain, like if it's a fist holding on, just imagine it softening and unclenching. More internal space. We did all that facial stuff on the outside and now we're touching it. And while you may think that like, if I, touch on my head and my cranium, the vibration is still going through my spine, through my cranium to my brain. Like it's not, the cranium is a wonderful protector for our brain and our head. But if we move things around out there, that movement is still going to, on some micro level, move through to our brains. So softening that inner space. And then on a bigger level, like we have those big fascial sort of dividers. So there's the dura mater and the pia mater, and then there's the, tentorum cerebelli. And that is like, if you grab your ears and pull down on the diagonal, you're going to be pulling on that. So you're pulling down and out, you're pulling on that tentorum tissue and just creating a little bit of movement in there. Relax your neck and jaw. Shake it all out. All right, let's take our pelvis up and interlace our hands behind our back. If that's possible, if you can, walk your shoulders towards each other, pushing the floor away. We're going to inhale, knees open, and exhale, close. Inhale, open, 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 exhale, close. Bring it into center, tippy toes, and lower your heels. Inhale up, lower down. Inhale, try to keep your pelvis high as the heels go up and down. So you're not moving. You're not doing this. You're doing this. So the back of the body is really working. Pushing the floor of the way, opening the front of the body. 4 more. 3. Connecting to the floor. 2. Feel your heel land. Last one. And then release your hands. Open it up. Slowly roll it down through your spine, vertebra by vertebra, and melt into the floor. And wiggle around. Soften your back. Soften your spine. Breathe. And then we're going to just shake it out for a second. Big shake. Giving your body all of these opportunities to release weirdness and holding patterns and tension. And then moving with like healthy patterning to help open it up. Hands are going to go slightly under your butt or not, depending on how your back feels. And we're going to do circles with the legs, opening out and taking it down, as big or small as you want. If you feel like really going for it and your body's feeling good, you can also peel up off the floor and then open down with your spine. That is an option. Usually that does not feel very good to me. So I usually keep it low, but go for big range of motion in my legs. I can point up and flex down if I want to get my feet in on the action. Using your breath. Last one. Let's leave them open out to the sides and just rock from side to side. Massaging through your back. Inner thighs opening up. Easy and loose. And I'm not just rolling from side to side. I'm also kind of letting one leg go up and down. So really, the shape that I'm making here is almost more like a figure 8 than a side. If that's too much to think about, don't worry about it. But it just gives my lower back more chance to massage out that sacrum, lower back area. Then open your feet wide, internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. Yeah, up here yesterday, the weather was like 50 something degrees. I saw a bunch of people out there in t-shirts. And now today, when I woke up, it was 38 degrees. This is all Fahrenheit. And now it's snowing. So lots of change in the temperature. And we could almost think like our moods can be like that. They can be so intense this way, and then they can shift to totally over there. So like the temperature is like the moods of the world. Let's do big circles with our arms. Flex your feet straight down below you. And you're going to open up, inhale, open, and exhale as if you're putting on a shirt. Inhale, open, exhale. filling up your lungs. Exhale it out. I don't think we're going to go the other way. Sometimes we do, but I think I want to do a roll up. So I'm going to scooch up so you can see better what I'm doing. On this roll up, if you need to bend your knees, by all means, bend your knees. And if it hurts, if you have a hard time going through that part of your roll, then maybe don't come all the way down to the floor once you get up. If your body feels good and you can keep your legs straight, go for it. You're going to reach long through the fascia of your body, upper body, lower body, one side, the other side, give it a little stretch. And then rolling up, diving forward, reaching out over your toes, scoop it up and lift at the top. Have a moment of exaltation and inspiration. Come back into vertical and roll it down through your spine. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, fingers towards your toes, head towards your toes, diving forward, scoop out and lift. See the light, and then come back into vertical and roll it down. And this exercise is totally pulling my pants down. So you may have to adjust. Exhale, roll it up, diving forward. Inhale, lift. Arch back into center and roll it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, rolling forward. Scoop it out. Lift and arch. Total plumber butt going on over here. Exhale, roll it down through your spine. Inhale. That's the technical title. If you're a plumber with a skinny butt and your butt doesn't hang out, I apologize for using that. Inhale, lift. Open and exhale. Come into center and take it down. And we're going to open the arms back out. Fix your pants, fix your underwear, whatever you got to fix, fix it. In England, pants are underwear. Opening your arms outside side. Legs up high. If you want to make it hard, legs are straight. If you want to make it easier, knees are bent. So when I was like a teenager, my dad's English, so we spent a lot of time going to England. My grand lived there. I have been to England often in my life. And when I was a teenager, like Carnaby Street was like a big thing. And at that time, like you couldn't buy any like cool clothes anywhere. The only cool clothes you could ever find anywhere was like at Salvation Army or the vintage store. So, but Carnaby Street in England had all this amazing stuff. And I went into this shop one time and I was a young teenager. I was like probably 12 or 13. I guess 12 is not a teenager, 13 or 14. And I was looking at the clothes and I asked the guy, I'm like, how much are the rubber pants? And I meant trousers. I meant long-legged pants. And he goes, and I'm like a kid. He looks at me, he goes, do you mean the crotchless ones or the, I was like, because he's talking about underwear. And it was like, you know, fetishy store, rubber clothes, like, and I was actually looking for the full length rubber pants that would, also known as trousers, if you're English. But he like, and he, of course, this is like, you know, yelled through the store. Like the crotchless pants, what? Anyway, exciting things. Let's take a big, open, happy baby pose. Speaking of crotchless pants, have your happy lady moment in the happy baby. Wiggling around. And then coming back in. And let's do one more set of contralateral movement. We did these before, crossing over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Drop it down. Turn your head from side to side. Let it go. Nice to see you, Maria. I love your, oh, she's gone. In and out. Okay, let's take it to the side, onto our sides. We're gonna do a batma, kick it up, fold it in, kick it up, and let's flex down. So if you can think about it, up, point in, reach it up, flex. If it's enough just to do the leg without thinking about the foot, go for it. Really work with what works for you. Up, fold it in, reach it up, down, up, in, up, down, up, in, up, down. Last one, up, in, up, take it down. We're going to parallel the legs and bring them just slightly in front of you. So little tiny pike. Then we're going to drop this head Take your head out of your hands. We're gonna reach forward and back. So we're working through the contralateral, opposite body. And we're letting the arm and leg and rib cage, lungs, everything really move. You feel like being really twisty, look toward the floor and then look toward the ceiling. So as you're going forward with the arm, look down. As you're going back, look up. Last one. Take the leg into the back space, circles in the back space. Arm is reaching forward. You could look down or you could look out at your arm. Breathing into it. Change direction in the back. And then bend and grab and take a quad stretch, take it back, breathe into it. Ha. So in this position, I can kind of move my heel towards my midline and then bring it out. This is going to change the stretch through my quad and through my IT band. So all of that tissue, that fascia, muscle fiber, fluid gets a chance to move a little bit. And then I'm going to kick my heel back and open up a little bit more in the front. Feeling the connection of my leg all the way up into my torso. Or imagining I feel it that way. And bring it in. And let's go for a side stretch here with that leg up. So I'm going to fold in my bottom leg. You don't have to, you can also leave it straight, up to you. And I'm going to grab from the inside. So I'm externally rotating that top leg. If I'm parallel, I'm not going to go that far. If I turn it out, I'm going to be able to get further. Grabbing on wherever you can grab. Big stretch. Breathing into it. And release it and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Roll a little bit from side to side, just massaging out, spiraling or massaging out your back any way that feels good. Letting the tissue readjust. And we're going to come into a side plank on that side. Pushing down into the floor, side forearm plank. Pulsing up with your waist. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down and flip it over to the other side. Starting the whole thing. We are going to start with the kick. So my head is in my hand. One leg is straight down below me. I'm going to flex up, point to toes to knee, kick up and flex down. Up, fold it in, up, down, up, 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 fold, reach, lower, up, in, up, down, up, in. I'm so not counting. I'm totally spacing out. I'm thinking about the Friday SoMATic dance class for peace, which was so much fun. Last one. And then bring your legs 2 inches in front of you. Head comes down. Arm is going in opposition. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. You can flex forward, point back if you want to. Opening, closing. Last one. Take it into the back space and make circles. You can keep your arm reaching or not. I really feel a big difference actually in my fascia when I have that reach compared to not using it. Like I can feel that all the way through that train. Change direction, you can flex or not in the back, whatever. I'm not sure if we flexed and pointed before. And then release. grab on quad stretch, letting it turn in and out. I've got some long-term weirdness in my left Achilles from dancing. And I was taking ballet class this past week, could really feel it. I'm like, okay, I gotta see if I can get in there and work with some of that stuff to shift it around. Kick your leg back, breathe into it, opening up. And release. And we're going to stretch the leg up, grabbing it from the inside. I'm starting with this knee bent. Once I really gank this leg up, I'm going to straighten my bottom leg. But for right now, actually, I'm just going to get in because this is where I have that injury. And I'm just going to pinch in my Achilles and circle my leg back and my foot back and forth. This is my own personal healing protocol that may or may not work for anyone else. So I am not a doctor, nor do I even play one on TV. Taking it down, stretching it out, breathing into it. And then release. Shake it all out for a second, let go, and come up onto that forearm plank. Pulsing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Let's open up into a straddle. Also, like the injuries that I have tend to be from doing dancing, pole dancing, dancing on point, things like that. Not from just being a person walking around. Although I know that often when people get injured, they get injured in some weird way. They just slid, something happened. So that happens too. But like these kind of more like the shoulder and Achilles thing, neither of them stop me from doing anything, but both of them make me have to be a little different about how I work. Opening out, stretch it over to the side. Breathing into it. Try to keep your butt cheeks, both of them, on the ground so you're not popping off. If you need to elevate your pelvis, feel free. If you need to bring your legs in a little bit, feel free. Take it down towards your leg. Breathe into it. Walk it into center. Oh, and then bring it up. I just looked under the couch and saw my computer case, which I have been missing for 3 days. It's under the couch. Side stretch. That's what the other thing, that when you start getting down on the floor and really looking around down there, you're going to discover all sorts of things. Cat toys, computer cases, sometimes money, lots of dust. Take it down to face your leg. Breathe into it. Walk it into center. Oh, I'm really glad that computer case is under there. And then push the floor away and come up. Legs together, give them a bang, rotate in and out. Let's just walk our butts from side to side and take it into a forward fold here. We're gonna roll over and do some other stuff in just a second. We're gonna do some downward dog and a little bit more arm work and some back work. Good. And then rolling it up, and we're gonna flip over into a downward dog. In your dog, just take a minute to walk through your feet, bending one knee, bending the other. You can look under your armpit on one side and then the other. Let your body move here. Then let's just do heels. Center of the heel down toward the floor, center of the heel up, center of the heel down, center up. And you can look at your feet and see if they're wonking off to the sides or if they're doing any of this stuff. Try to keep them moving straight down and up. Next one, we're going to change it. We're going to lift the heels, scoop the belly in, around the spine, roll it forward into a plank. Find your strong plank. Head reaches forward, heels push back. Drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling and lower your heels. Heels lift high, scoop the belly in, round your spine, roll it forward. Find your strong plank, head forward, heels back, shoulders connected, drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels. Heels high, scoop the belly in, roll it all the way forward, head forward, heels back, push, drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling. Let's take the right leg up as high as it will go. Reach and open. We're gonna fold the knee behind the left knee, both knees bend, and then inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling. Let's take that knee forward to your shoulder, touch your foot down, inhale, open, exhale, hand back down, inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling, and lower the leg, switching it to the other side. Leg goes high, knee folds behind the other knee. Inhale, press up and open. Knee comes to your outer shoulder. Hand, foot to the floor. Inhale, open the arm. Exhale, hand back down, foot off the floor. Poke a hole through the ceiling, lower down. Right leg up, knee behind the knee. Inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling. Knee to your shoulder coming forward, foot on the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee behind your knee. Inhale, push, knee to your shoulder. Foot on the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Lift it off. Poke a hole through the ceiling. Lower down, and then come all the way down, just releasing your wrists. You're gonna interlace your fingers, pull your arms out. So if you weren't holding your hands together, they would pop open. Turn your head from side to side, drop your shoulders, relax your neck, tongue, and jaw. And then you're gonna spiral your hands as you're pulling, yeah. And then just release, shake it out. And let's come into a forearm plank. Almost done, she says. We gotta do back stuff still. Forearm plank, knee to the floor, parallel, parallel, cross under, outer shoulder, parallel, parallel, twist, twist, shoulder, shoulder, parallel, parallel, twist, twist, shoulder, shoulder, parallel, parallel, twist, twist, shoulder, shoulder. Take it all the way down to the floor. Breathe. Let's go ahead onto your hands. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Really soften, relax, unclench your mind, unclench your body. Melt and let go. Breathe. And then curl your toes under, push up and down. Try to relax your body as much as you can. So you're sending this ripple up and down through your body, ripple and wave of movement up and down. Let it go. And then let's go with regular old Pilates swimming with a pumping breath. So the pumping breath is deep diaphragmatic breathing. Off we go. Inhale the whole thing up, float it around. Take your hands next to your chest, open, look up, and release it down. Let's go up and down 3 or 4 times using your breath. And take it down. Inhale, open. Exhale down. Use your full breath. So you can go up there and breathe a couple of breaths. And then the next one, we're going to take it up, bend your knees. and then take it back into a child's pose. Melt and let go, surrender. Free flow in your back a little bit, move, mobilize, soften. Big breathing deep down into your belly. So think of your breath really filling your body like a ball, filling up like a bubble and letting it go. And then shifting your weight back towards your heels and coming up. And let's do one more leg hip thing, and then we'll stretch. So coming onto hands and knees, you're gonna take your leg behind you, you're gonna lift up. Oops, I'm gonna move over so I don't hit the cat tower. Up, out, and forward, up, out, and back. Up and forward, up and back. Up. So you're making basically a half circle with your leg. Up, out, up, back, up, out, up, back. Last one. Again, really rounded movement, working in that ball and socket joint and also working all the tissue. Same thing on the other side. Up and forward, up and back. Up, forward, up, back, up, forward, up, back, up, forward, up, back. Whole body working together. Forward, up, back. Last one. And then taking it onto your butt, and you're going to just massage that out. So bent knees, and just massage through one side and then the other. Will eventually spiral all the way. If I just kind of lean back into it, I can really get through the rotators in my butt. So piriformis, the probably glute medius, a little bit in the minimus if I really get down low. And then I'm going to spiral the whole way, twisting around, taking it to the floor, and then going the other way. And then bringing both legs out in front. Grabbing on, again, walking your butt from side to side, softening head, neck, chest, and lungs. Breathing. And coming in, and let's cross our right ankle over our left knee. And if you can fold the bottom one under, go for it. If not, just leave the bottom one out straight. Oh, this always kills my bottom knee. Oh, you can always put a block under there or a block in here. You can block it. It just hurts for a second. And then once I get into it, it goes away. Take it down. Listen to your own body. Sometimes pain is telling you not to do something, but sometimes it's like, well, it's going to pass in just a second. So be aware of, is that a warning or is it just a something to get through? Breathing and surrendering, letting go. And then when you're ready, unscramble, shake it out, rotate in and out, and switch it to the other side. Taking it down. What can you let go of here? Melt, tune in, soften. And then coming up, unscrambling, banging it out, rotate in and out. So all that tissue gets a chance to soften back up. Yeah, if you give yourself a whack and that stuff isn't jiggling, you probably need to soften up a little bit more. Like people think, oh, we're not supposed to jiggle. We are actually supposed to jiggle. Our soft tissues, our muscles are supposed to be soft. They're not supposed to be like, ugh, you know, not healthy to be so bound in your flow. Take your heels underneath you, knees forward, and then heels back. If you can't touch the floor, no worries. And if this hurts your knees, you can just take it up and hang. So either way, working with what feels right to you. Try and spread out your feet, staying parallel, spreading out your toes. Feet like hands. And then take your butt to the ceiling, open your feet wide, shifting from side to side, head, neck, shoulders, jaw, easy and loose. Breathe. And let's do one more thing here. Let's interlace our hands behind our back and let it open up. Breathe into the front of your chest. You may feel this in your deltoids, hamstrings. See if you can find a little freedom in there. And then let it go. Roll yourself up to the top. Give yourself a second to adjust to being vertical. Oh yeah, now the whole ground is covered in snow here. Quite a lot. Inhale, lift and open, stretch it out and up. And exhale, let's shake, 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 letting go of any kind of extra garbage. Reach it out and up. Last one, inhale, open. And exhale, let it go. People in TV land, like and subscribe. Support me on Patreon. I think I already said that once earlier.